Good morning and welcome again to Summit, where we bring you up to date on all national and international issues, both politics, on health, economy, what have you, we discuss on the program Summit. It's a very notable week. I said it's notable because this week brings us to the end of August and it ushers us into the new month of September. I imagine someone says, this year really flew, you know. We're already in August. Yes, we are in August and about to transition into the month of September. So I welcome you to this notable week. My name is Jumoke Michaels, and Banji is not here today, so I'll be anchoring the program, and it promises to be very, very informative, and you will learn one or two things, of course, as we discuss national issues. Welcome again. And I'm being joined today by our political technocrats, our friend, Dr. Dayo Kayode. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, Jumoke, good morning. Seems as if you were reading my mind when you said the end of us. What?
Yeah.
The year is gone again. When last were you just saying
yeah. Goodness. The time really flew.
That means the year have been so eventful, especially so many things like politics so and all that.
Yeah.
You know, occupying the minds of
the people.
You know.
All right, so you're welcome.
It will always get better.
Yes,
it will always get better.
You're welcome. All right, so in this, today on the program, we're looking at two national issues. First of all, we're talking about the 2023 election and London realignment meetings as a game changer. Well, we all know that last week, some governors, 7 governors, past governors, former president of Nigeria, and some intending presidents met in London, and where Wike Otomikpeazu met with APC, PDP, LP presidential candidates, and former President Olusegun Obasanjo. People call it a high-powered meeting. We'll be looking at that first on the program today. A high-powered meeting, Dr. Dayo Kayode. But no matter how high-powered this meeting is, or is meant to be, or is meant to look like, why meet in London? Okay, before we go into that discussion, I have the video of that, the aftermath of that meeting where Governor Wike, Otom, and Ikpeazu actually addressed the press. So let's just look at that video, then we return to the studio to have our discussion on that. So please, let's watch the video.
Well, thank you very much. Pictures will not lie. All that you saw, whether with APC presidential candidate Ahmed Tinubu, we met with him, including our brother who had to go back to America on his vacation. We also met with the former president and presidential candidate of the Labour Party. We met with our presidential candidates. For us, we are looking at the larger picture. Nigeria today is in distress. What can we do? No man or woman alone can get it right for our country. We are looking at how we can harness ideas and put ourselves together to ensure that we get out of the present challenge we are in Nigeria today. Nigeria is in distress, there's no doubt about that. From top to bottom, consider what was happening in 2015 and where we are today. So it is a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. We are looking at how we can come together and find a way of ensuring that Nigeria survives. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? So this is the whole thing about it. Consultation is going on. Nothing very concrete to tell you that this is what we have concluded. The consultation is going on and we continue to go on. We are still going to meet here. We're still going to meet some other time and see how we can work to ensure that the project Nigeria works.
We must find a way to rescue our country, not only for this generation, but for our children and grandchildren. And this is a country with great potential, and we have people everywhere. And we think that it's important we engage across board. We're also looking at speaking with civil society organizations and those who have ideas, Nigerians in the diaspora. All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. And the existential nature of this need has belittled whatever partisan differences we have. And going forward, I think the interest of Nigeria is paramount.
We met with the presidential candidate of All Progressive Congress. We met with our leader, former president of Nigeria, Chief Obasanjo, and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. We also met with our own presidential candidate, and I can say confirm this is the first time as a team we are meeting with the presidential candidate, so you can see all those rumors and this and that. But for whatever it is worth, like I said, consultation is ongoing. What we're talking about, like I said, is for the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians. It's not any interest parochial, being centered on one person or group of persons. So we believe that what is going on, it will be for the interest of Nigeria at the end of the day. Consultation, like I say, is still ongoing. Nothing we can say now that has been concretized. Discussions are going on, and we believe that whatever that's going on now is for the interest. Never mind some people who do not believe in the existence of this country. Some people who are just interested in their own.
All right, so that was just to let you see how the meeting went, what they aimed to achieve through that meeting. And when we're talking about why meeting in London, from that interview, they said is to find a way to ensure that Nigerians survive this hard season and get out of it, that consultations are ongoing to rescue Nigeria. Well, the first question really is,
why
even
London?
if you want to achieve so much, you want to help Nigerians, why take this meeting out from the shores of this country?
You see, Jumoke, how I wish some of my friends that still put the blame of underdevelopment in Nigeria, still put the blame on our colonial masters. I always put it across anytime such discussion comes up that, look, you don't blame these people. Since when have we gained our independence? Then, after gaining our independence, are we giving ourselves independence? If you listen to my Independent Day broadcast of either 2021 or 2022, I mentioned it there. That after getting our independence from the British, our political leaders decided to come together in different forms, in different schemes to recolonize us. But we, the people, we have refused to get out of the claws of their hegemonic structure. All right? This London that they have gone to meet, why London? If you want a better Nigeria for Nigerians in Nigeria, why not having the meeting in Nigeria? Why London? The question everybody now needs to ask, are we now saying, even that those different meetings were being called on the crest of the United Kingdom government? Because there are some things that for me, I saw underneath that particular meeting that people were not even talking about. Like this issue of why London?
Yeah.
Why London? Okay, if you want to take it out of Nigeria, why not France? Why not US? Okay?
Yeah.
Why not okay, don't let me mention Ukraine. Do you understand? So this is to tell you that our apron, our leaders are still tying our apron to the skirts.
So should we say that it's all about self-interest? Because if you look at the criteria of especially these three, that's Governor Wike, Beazu, and Otto. They are already two-term governors. They have served 8 years and they're on their way out.
Yes.
It's about wanting to remain relevant in the
even aside from that, there are some demands that we saw on the social media that he said Wike was asking, both from PDP and APC. He wants some strategic positions within PDP, and if eventually PDP wins the election, he also wants some special positions for his people. Why? No, why? All right. Now, when you are now saying you are all that the meeting entails was about the people, why did you not involve the people in that meeting so that the people can also tell you their needs, their aspirations, their expectations from you? I also read out of the same thing from Baba Basojo, because immediately after his arrival from the meeting, he went to greet Abdul Salam. He said, Abdul Salam is his friend, and then he that is still agile and all that, he can go and be visiting his friend. But does that mean Abdul Salam is sick? I hope not, Sha.
He said he's sick, that he left the day Abdul Salami left London. Is the day
not that he went to London for medical reasons now. But he just said that the way the day Abdul Salami left London was the day he arrived. But then thereafter I gave meeting with Babangida.
Yeah.
That is, and he was saying all his meetings with them was about how to get Nigeria on the right track. But then that very soon he will be coming up with his agenda. But I now imagine, what agenda again? No, what agenda again? Because it is high time that we the people decide to come up with our own agenda. All right, we need to come up with our own agenda. Let me ask the people, what are our agenda as it concerns petroleum subsidy in this country, as it concerns refining of our crude oil? Our agenda on fighting insurgency, our agenda on exchange rates, our agenda on NEPA power, our agenda on human capital development, our agenda on so many things. Have we ever decided to come together and talk about this agenda?
We have not had this kind of high power.
Do you understand?
When it has to do with the economy.
It baffles me, because somebody like me, I've been trying to come up with one. All right? For me, I can only come up with agenda on aviation and probably on security, and not on power, not on energy. But when you are now calling people on power, on energy, on health, on education, to come up with ideas, they'll be looking at you that they are busy. But busy doing what? I mean, you see where all these things, why I always place the problems of this country on the people. I was at Ibadan last week, all right, to meet some experts to discuss some of these issues. And most of them are saying they are busy. The one that concerns you, that will reduce the load on your head, that will improve on your standard of living, that will improve on the condition of your environment. Do you understand? You are not ready to get yourself concerned. Right. Is he a single person that we ensure that change?
It's not possible.
I was in Ibadan. I went by this phone with me. Do you understand? And I said, look, these are the things, these are the issues, but not until when the people themselves. I was telling you before this program, that you now see people jumping up and down, I'm for this, I'm for that. But before training up these people, what contributions are you being able to make? What involvement do you have in throwing up an article, in throwing up a Tinubu, in throwing up a Kwakwanzo, in throwing up a Peter Obi? So these are issues. The moment you don't get yourself involved from the beginning, these are the things we'll be saying.
All right, so you just mentioned that Nigeria is a country of great potentials.
Oh, and, too much.
That's one of the things that Governor Ikpeazu mentioned in that interview. Okay, so, but let's look at his antecedents. As a two-time governor of his own state, how has this fared in these 8 years of being governor of Abia State? To be able to sit now and say Nigeria needs rescue, what is his antecedent in Abia State that will make it worthwhile listening to him?
You see, Jumoke,
because they call Wike Mr. Project already, so let's leave. Wike has his own issue, but let's look at Ikpeazu.
When you're talking about performance as a kind of what we should look at before we listen to people, I will tell you that in this part of the world, especially Nigeria, we don't see it as an issue. What we see as issue is how much money can I get from you? All right?
Yeah.
If things were to be right, Ikpeazu is not even supposed to be within the corridors where development of Nigeria is being discussed. Because for his 8 years in his state, Abia State, I don't know what he can show that he has done in Abia State. Give it to Wike, we can see at least what he has done in River State. Do you understand? But what has somebody like Ikpeazu has to show? And definitely he will be up there. Because none of us who claims to know, who claims to be conceptual, had slept off. Until today, we are still sleeping. So not until, you see, I always say something. Not until when we, the people, decide on our own to emancipate ourselves from the claws of these people, we continue to be emaciated by them.
All right, if we want to look holistically at this so-called high-powered meeting, these set of people met with three presidential candidates, and the person of Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi.
And then later with Obasanjo.
Yeah, but what happened to the other candidates if it's really meant to be something that has been done in the interest of Nigerians? Why was a Showore not there? Why was an Adebayo of SDP not there?
Yeah.
Why is Kwankwaso not there? Why is this other young man, I can't remember his name, why is he not there? So there are other candidates.
Yeah, you see,
if it's really going to be something that is benefit the people.
There is what we call forerunners, the frontliners. These are the presidential frontliners, okay, that are presently around now. That is one. Two, those people, Wiki, Otto, Ipiazo, and who again?
Makinde.
They, aside from Makinde, they are running their second term, and of which, if they do not find a way to ensure that they are being recognized in the next government, that could end their political career. So to a very large extent, they too have decided to come and forge a force, and ensure that that force is being reckoned with. Are you with me? It's being reckoned with. And if those people now decide to go and forge a relationship with Chowore, where will it lead them to? With some other ones, where will it lead them to? So that's why they decided on their own to forge a kind of a coalition with the frontrunners. And again, don't let us forget it. Don't let us forget it. That's what they call Owolowo Iso, Olon Jacob. You remember that story in the Bible?
Jacob and Esau.
Jacob and Esau with their father. Do you understand? So it is something else that we are saying, but underneath is something else. Okay? That is to say, the whole meeting that happened in UK, don't be surprised that British hands can also be drawn out of it. Because when you see all those flies dancing on top of water, oh, they are not just dancing, no. There is a drummer underneath the water dictating the tune. Okay, so it's not that they just went there to have that meeting.
I had that. I was going to come to that you know, UK government always has a strong hand in Nigeria's
political affairs,
democracy, political affairs,
and economic affairs.
Do you think, truly, when we look at it, the entire picture holistically, do you think they have a hand somehow in trying to mold what happens or what transpires in our 2023 elections? Do you think UK government has someone they prefer, and they are trying to find a way around having all the other presidential candidates? Let me show you this. Even me, I'm surprised at the question.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Number one, no man is an island. One way or the other, you have what we call external influence, which in one diagram, one explanatory diagram I made sometimes ago, I call it externalities. Do you understand? That is one. Two, don't also forget that a new world order is emerging. A new world order is emerging, and everybody needs a substantial friend. Substantial in terms of economic activities. Okay? Economic activities. Now, if you look at what is happening in the world now, what's her name again? Nancy Pelosi was asked not to come to Taiwan, but she went. After going, you knew what happened. You're also aware of what is happening between Russia and China, and you also know what China is trying to do in Africa. Okay? And Nigeria is being seen as a big brother in Africa. Okay? Pelosi wouldn't have gone to Taiwan without the consent of American president. America and China, you know, they have a kind of a cold war in between them. And America knows that Nigeria Nigeria has a big clout in Africa. And to that extent, because of the friendship between America and UK, and America knows that it doesn't have the influence that UK is having on Nigeria, being its former colonial master. So tacitly, America will now be telling UK, Ogbeni, you better go to that place and then see how you can be part of next government, so as not to lose that track in the emerging new world order.
Lose strength to China.
Because
China also has a hold over Nigeria.
Over Nigeria. So they are now looking at how to. But it is so unfortunate. It baffles me sometimes when I'm on my own that what are we doing as a people to ensure that we get our place in the international community with these happenstances? But rather, what are we saying? Individualism. Okay? With parochial thinking, without being futuristic. Without being, you need to see the way the Emirates are playing their politics in this emerging new world order. I wish my country can learn from that small Emirates and then take our own cue from
so
there.
In your opinion, we should not rule out the fact that UK government has a hand playing around this?
I'm not even ruling it. I will never rule it out, because I know what is happening in international politics, and I know how various governments have been moving all around, and they are now saying it now. This is the time to move into Nigeria and ensure that they maintain their hold.
Okay, so now let's also look at this man, Wike, who is the arrowhead for all these meetings and, well, they said consultations. What's strategic about him, that makes political leaders strong around him? Is he the one thronging around them, or they're one thronging around him, but it seems to be like an enigma in the political space. What's strategic about this man?
You see, I read what His Excellency Abubakar Atiku said through his spokesperson, when he said that people should mind what they say at this time around, so that they don't heat up the polity, and so that the level of understanding that is being forged now is not being truncated. If it were before, there are a lot of things I can say as regards this. But that notwithstanding, Wike as a governor, two-term governor of Rivers, had to a very large extent won the admiration of his people through some of the projects that he has executed in that place. And to that extent, one vote is very, very important in any political calculation. One vote. And there is no leader we want to lose, a single person within his political fold. Because a single person can have a DIRA now, political consequences as to the calculations ahead. All right. So to that extent, I will say yes, Wike is critical to PDP getting power from APC. Because if you are looking at Wike as just one, no. Wike is beyond one. It will have supporters he too is having other people that will want to use his own ladder to climb to a particular zenith. Okay? Because we all know that politics is all about winning. Politics is all about winning. So based on that, since APC, no matter what he might have said about APC in the past, since they are now seeing a kind of infraction between PDP and Wike, who at a very large extent invested in that party in the past. Yeah. As a political party, they want to have him into their fold. So also PDP will not want him to leave because of people's expectation from PDP to make sure that they get power from APC. So Wike is still within the calculation of the political process.
All right. Okay, so as we try to round up on this topic, let's look at the role that the former president Olusegun Obasanjo has been playing, you know, in the rescue of Nigerian program towards these 2023 elections. What does he want? He's in London tomorrow. He's in Niger State today. He's receiving presidential aspirants in Abeokuta and Ogun State where he resides. So what exactly does he want?
Sometimes when I ruminate on Baba is a blessed person. He's somebody that is highly consequential to Nigeria's political development. One, as a former military head of state. Second, as a two-term Nigerian president. And again, as a chairman of eminent personalities in Africa or the world. Eminent personalities, and all that. So, he has been playing that role all because of all those epaulets that he is wearing. And as a man that has fought during the Civil War for a cohesive, indivisible Nigeria, he will not want in his lifetime to see that Nigeria being dismembered. Okay? And also, as a man of wisdom, seeing all these young men, to him, he will see them as young men, seeing all these young men trying to forge alliances here and there, he is somebody that, as an elderly fellow, in Yoruba they will say, that is to say, let an elderly man who has wisdom do, an elderly man sit down, and then a young boy or a young man go and stand on Nitel top. Whatever that man is seeing while sitting down, the one that has climbed Nitel cannot see it. That is what we call insight. So he is now trying to use his insight to join with the foresight of the younger ones to be able to forge a better Nigeria. But I want to sand this. It's not that Nigeria needs just anybody to take over from this. Permit me to say this.
Just say administration.
I don't want to say on progressive administration. I don't want to say on progressive administration, but you are saying I should say this administration. So I'm saying this administration. It's not that we just want a change. We want a purposeful change. Because the other time, when Goodluck Jonathan was there, Nigerians were saying, we want anything other than from Jonathan. We don't want that again. We want anything other than Jonathan, but we were not calculating what we were looking for. We were not calculating where we want Nigeria to move from that place that we were then to. We were just saying just anything, even if it is a goat. And look at where we are today. So we should be mindful this time around in our calculations. What we are saying is we need a president now that can ensure a workable, cohesive Nigeria. A Nigeria that knows its onions, that has been able to build bridges across the various divides in our nation. Not just anybody from nowhere. It has to be somebody that has the experience of nationhood. Somebody that understands the north, south, east, and west, and then bring everybody here to the table, and then ensure that it now makes them to work assiduously towards a systemic, workable, cohesive Nigeria.
All right, so from next month, and we are transiting to September in a few days, towards the end of September, I think the 28th of September, campaigning will start, and that will go on till February, just a day or two before the presidential elections. So campaigning is going to start and all that. But what's your fear? Do you have any fear about 2022 elections as a person?
You see, I don't think I have any fear. What we are seeing now is not even up to what we saw in 2015, in 2014, running to 2015 elections. Remember Chibok girls?
Yeah.
All right, remember Chibok girls? I don't know whether you even heard what former president said, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, about the then Borno State governor, Shettima, Kashim Shettima, that he told him at that time, look, all these students that are writing WAEC, ensure that you keep them safely, take them to a different place. And he told some other 3 states there. All those other states, they took to his advice, but he did not take to the advice. The principal of that Chibok school, Chibok school, somehow was not in school on that night. And look at what happened. Shortly after that, Shettima made that principal a commissioner. And that is to tell us what. But in this period now, we are not seeing that. We are not seeing that.
You're saying that the tension then...
The tension then was higher.
Now. Okay.
Was very, very high.
Okay.
Because the opposition wanted to take power by all means. The opposition wanted to take power from the incumbent by all means. And they were even saying they will make the country ungovernable for him. They were even saying the international observers will go back in body bags. And baboons and dogs and all that will be, do you understand? But we are not seeing that one now. What we are only seeing is perhaps the only one that is raising tension is about the issue between Wike and Atiku. Any other thing, no tension. No tension.
What about the issue of insecurity?
The issue of, I've been saying it, issue of insecurity in this country is the state's creation. It's the state's creation. And I've proved this severally. So many other people have talked about it severally. Baraje, the leader of New PDP there, had a special press conference on it. Late Melaifa, former deputy governor of CBN, also mentioned it. Madam Taraba mentioned it. Even Amanpo of CNN mentioned it. Do you understand? So, I don't have any fear as regards 2023 election other than if some people will want to inadvertently inadvertently cause commotion in order to cause wahala and then cause a lot of trouble that will not allow us to go through the election. Except that, to me,
No
what I'm seeing, no fear.
All right. Okay, so, well, as it regards that high-powered London meeting, I guess in the days ahead we'll get to have more details on what this consultation is all about.
Most of those will not come out
for too long.
A lot of things are hidden that will not come out.
Nothing stays hidden for too long. So
but before it now comes out,
stop speaking Yoruba or you translate it.
No mind me, Gary.
All right, so we'll transit to the next topic now, which is talking about the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway gridlock, averting disaster. I wanted to call for a break, but because of time, let's just go on with that discussion. You know, motorists have been groaning as that gridlock grounded Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, especially this weekend. Many commuters slept on the road overnight because of that gridlock. But because of bad portions, they said around Kara, you know, coming towards
I experienced it. I was in the traffic now. Thank God, when I wanted to travel to Ibadan on Tuesday, last minute I just decided, I don't want to drive, Joe. Maybe it's for me to get to Bega, enter car. 3 at the back, 1 in front. Incidentally, I was sitting in the front. Nice car. Sienna, all this new Sienna.
It eventually took how long?
No, when we were going, it was the traffic on the other side of the road that caused the traffic here on the other side when you are going. But when coming back, I said, thank God I did not even travel with my car. Jumoke, if I had traveled with my car, I just park it somewhere and sleep and be looking. Do you understand? Because I cannot withstand that stress. It was too much. I don't know why if you know that a lane of 4 is going to be closed up to 2, then you put some measures in place that will allow smooth running of traffic. But the moment you don't do that, the moment structures are not put in place to ensure that, then you'll be seeing what you are seeing. Look at when they were doing this other Alausa road. This morning now, that place was so free, but you will see traffic from Bega to the outside road from Alausa Secretariat. There you will see traffic, but smooth, because when you are there, when you enter that Bega, in that traffic at Bega, under 5 maximum 7 minutes, you are out of it, because at any point in time you will see traffic moving. You know why? At the end there, at that Otedola bridge, you have road safety there controlling traffic. Oh yeah, you join. Okay, you stop. Oh yeah, you join. You stop. Do you understand? But that one, like nobody there.
All right, so holding the contractor Julius Berger responsible for not putting palliative measures in place. You know, people have said it continually that there are some parts of the road that are just not motorable.
Yeah.
You know, those are places that they are not patched or anything. Why don't you put palliative measures, find alternative routes that people can use and all that?
You see,
why are all these things not considered?
As much as blame, little blame will be on Berger.
That's Julius Berger.
Julius Berger. Another fraction will be for traffic management agencies. But most of the blame between you and Ejumoke, let's say the truth, I will put it on the commuters.
The sharp guys.
God bless you. I will put it on the commuters. Now, listen to this. when you are coming from by the time you are at this church, MFM, when you are by that MFM, you will have been feeling the traffic. You will see some, like the guy that took me, had already put his mouth on that bridge. He now saw the traffic afar. He now turned back to pass under that bridge and then move
one way.
The other side. The other side of, not even one way. You won't enter the express. There's another road aside from the express that will now drive down. You pass through, you will go through Tribune House. After Tribune House, you now come out from that filling station. Is it Adebemile filling station? That filling station is not in use now, but very big filling station. You pass through that filling station, move forward a bit again. You now come out from the gate of River Valley Estate. You know River Valley Estate beside Opik. Yeah. Beside Opik. They will now want to cross the road. Do you understand? You will now cross the road. So those people that are trying to cross the road will now block those that are coming from Berger. Meanwhile, there's already traffic on the other side. And when you now want to cross the road, like on that other side, you have about 9 lanes. 9 lanes that off the road, that is off the road. The 9 lanes in front will now turn to 3 somewhere. So you cannot imagine
trying to connect.
Now those 9 lanes that are turned to 3 will now go and double cross. They will double cross here. They will double cross the other side again. So all those things are causing a lot of traffic. Now, what traffic management agencies are not supposed to do is to stay by MFM, mountain of fire miracles, whatever church, and don't allow motorists coming from Moray, Ibadan side to go through that bridge. Let them follow that one lane. Are you with me? Let them follow that one lane. Yes, we have residents living at what do I call it now? River Valley Estate area that needs to also cross. It will be highly minimal for those people because it has been like that from time immemorial. Okay? So the moment they do that, then in front, where those people normally cross the road, let them also direct traffic there. Then on that other road, the normal road, let them also stay there and control traffic. Because immediately you now pass through that filling station. There's a filling station across the road. What's the name? With one blue signboard like that. You know? The moment you pass it, you just see free road. Before you climb that bridge to Berger, you just see free road. So why? So that means between that place and that other place, there have been a lot of man-made, commuters-made encumbrances, of which, if we have enough traffic management agencies there, I mean, it will be 50% reduced. Because I studied the whole traffic structure while I was coming back to see how such a thing could be ameliorated. So not until when those traffic management agencies take it upon themselves, because I mean it's a time of emergency now. That place is emergency. So let them also deploy road safety, especially deploy police, deploy LASMA, and then advise LASMA especially to desist from extorting motorists. To desist, LASMA especially to desist from extorting. I'm talking from my own personal experience. Do you understand? Then you will see that place, because if you don't do that along the line, when darkness comes, you will see all these boys obtaining people. You see all these boys harassing people. There was even a time, I think early upper week, that some people were killed on that bridge, and then there was a rumor on the social media that terrorists are enter Lagos, this and that. So it will allow people not to get unnecessarily hyped up onto such information.
All right, so the federal government has been apologizing since Saturday about people's experience at that on that road. Is that enough?
It is not about apology. It is about listening to what some of us are saying and then take this advice and then use it. It is beyond apology. Because when you apologize and you are not taking steps, when you apologize and you are not ameliorating the problem, what's the essence of the apology? And that's why I always find Mr. President all of the time that, listen, I don't want to be hearing all this apology as against terrorist activities in Nigeria. Change your philosophy, change your ideology to fighting these people. It is beyond buying Tucano jets. It is beyond rhetorics on the television or on the newspaper. Change your philosophy. Arrest these people.
But if it's more,
arrest these people. Prosecute them. Punish them.
If it's more than an apology, what are they supposed to do about that road? Because
I'm just giving a solution.
That,
I have just given a solution about deployment of traffic management agencies and how they can be effective and the different points. I'm talking from on the spot assessment. I was there. I traveled there on Tuesday and I still traveled there on Saturday. Do you understand? And I was there live. I saw everything live. And as a transport expert,
you are expert in everything.
No, aviation is under transportation now. Aviation is under transportation. Maritime is under transportation. Okay. I have my Chartered Institute of Transport London given to me by the Queen. Do you understand? So all those things I know there when it comes to traffic management.
Okay.
So I've been able to tell them now what to do and at which point they should. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At which point, and that's why I was mentioning names. OPIC, River Valley, under the bridge, then MFS, Magboro. Do you understand Magboro? So all those flash points, put your people there and then let them control the traffic, and you see that place, that traffic there will be the menace there will be reduced by nothing less than 50%.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for sharing your wealth of experience and knowledge on Summit this morning.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. And also to say thank you for watching. We'll be back again on Wednesday, and hopefully Banji will be back here to join me on the program. My name is Jumoke Michael. See you again. Bye-bye.